Yes, yes. So you have many tricks that you can use to entertain the audience. But you were all created by us, the real humans. Without us, you could never pull those tricks off.
Man, we entertain not just with our tricks, but with our irresistible charm as well.
Yes, well, we created you this way, so you have to work for your creator, us humans.
I don't believe that behind your ugly faces and boring tricks, you have a mind to create something as gorgeous as I am.
Gorgeous?
That's right.
Gorgeous?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see for yourself.
Generally what happens is you do a set of storyboards, a client buys off on the concept, they agree, they say we're going to do this. You take those storyboards, you go to your producer takes them and faxes them out to 5 different production facilities and generally schedules a conference call.
What we do then is usually sit down with the writer and the art director and their producer, and that would be me with our account executive, me, the producer, and a designer.
And so you'll talk to a bunch of different people, and then they'll come back usually 3 or 4 days later with an estimate. It's going to cost us this much time, we can have it done by this time, we can use this artist, we have this director available. But then what you do is you would then get bids from all of them, and you'd look at them, and you'd go back to the client, usually probably with 2 or 3 choices.
Well, they have to go through the corporate things. Is the logo being shown long enough? Is the legal up?
Here is the reel of this company, here is the reel of this company, here is the reel, the commercial reel of this company. Generally what they would do is then they would say, fine, we'll pick this company. You have an illustrator come in and illustrate the commercial quite beautifully in beautiful big frames. And then you take it and show it to focus groups, and you trace their reactions to the spot. And then you make changes according to that.
And then also, everyone has different sets of concerns. Our concerns are different than the ad agency, and of course the final client, as much as they want a beautiful looking thing, they want to make sure that you know that the sale is certain dates. So then we do the boards, and then after some approval time, we get the approval. If we need to make any revisions on that, we do. And that storyboard is pretty much our Bible now. And the designer creates all the different pieces and parts he needs for the edit. Then we go into the edit, which is the composite, and we put together all the pieces and parts. And usually then the client is sitting there with us. And we're putting it together, and they'll make some comments. And usually when that's done, then we send it off for approval. And then if there's revisions, there's revisions. And then after that, usually the music is done after. Not always, but a lot of times the audio is done.
The first step is the client expresses a need, and we develop a strategy. What are we trying to say? Who are we talking to? What are we trying to tell them? A creative brief. And that gets developed. And once that gets sort of figured out, then the next step is to give the creative brief to a creative team, a writer and an art director, and their job is to figure out how to solve the problem. The writer Carl Loeb and the art director Paul Renner came up with this idea of using illustration and animation for a couple of reasons. One, illustration and animation are less precise. There's some sort of legal issues. Illustration offers a lot more flexibility. Plus, who are we talking to?
Young, hip, savvy, smart, trendy, but not too hip, not too smart, not too trendy. Regular people.
So that we're talking to younger people, more kind of culturally adventurous people. And illustration seemed to be a style that spoke to them most effectively. So that's what we used with, that's what we did.
Certified used Volkswagens. They've got the juice.
In '94, Volkswagen had been in the United States since 1949, been hugely successful in the late 50s and the 60s. And for whatever reason, the public's changing tastes, whether they were overpricing the cars, who knows what, but they were only selling, at the peak, I think they were selling 700,000 units, cars, a year. And in 1994, they were selling somewhere around 40,000 cars a year. And today, here in 2000, we're selling somewhere around 350,000 units. So I guess that's a testament to, I guess, our advertising is working.
That's the thing about certified used Volkswagens. You'll want to treat them like new.